I've been familiar with Andrew and his work for quite a while now, like over 5, 6 years. This workshop is probably the most extensive amount of work that I've done with him. And the work always really made sense to me innately. I resonated with it. I was very interested in it. But, I had my doubts, reservations on some level. I sort of like came in and was like, okay, prove it to me. Some natural just skepticism or just wanting to really, yeah, have a process be vouched for through direct experience. And I totally felt that. I totally felt that in these last 2 days, both in myself and in other people, seeing and experiencing change in myself and in other people, was really equally valuable for myself. I got to see reflected the ways that my ego, my certain tendencies to pull back, pull away, so on and so forth, perpetuate the very things that I'm afraid of, that I'm afraid of that I'm going to experience with others. I got to actually get that direct feedback from other people in this workshop, from Andrew, and have it mirrored to me in a way that you really don't have the opportunity to get in life, because people are often giving either won't say anything of truth, or it's distorted in some way. So to have clean, direct feedback about how I'm showing up, how it's affecting others, extremely valuable. There was so much space of patience and love and care for me as I was going through, a really sensitive process. And I felt very taken care of and loved by literally every single person. Um, as I looked back after going through this, looked back at the Zoom screen and saw everyone's faces, I could 100% feel that each person was fully with me. And again, that's very rare to find. So I'm extremely grateful for that. I learned to trust my intuition, my vision, my ability to see and articulate things clearly much more through this. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. For me, there's, a lot of laughter, felt joy come in. I really, really enjoyed it. Really grateful for Andrew and the way he created the space, and for each and every one of you on the call. I really genuinely enjoyed this a lot.
This weekend workshop has been truly amazing. It has really made me aware of certain patterns, repressed feelings in me, and gave a safe space to feel and be vulnerable and get feedback from everyone. And it's really life-changing stuff that's I couldn't get it anywhere else. Like, I'm just very much deeply grateful about all of this, for the group, for the support, and I highly recommend this for anyone. It's truly advanced work. The awareness, the clicks that everyone is having, that I'm receiving, the gifts are immeasurable, and I highly recommend anyone to check it out and join it. The biggest thing I got was awareness about so much fear and trauma that I have in me that is really just hidden and expressing and running my life in many ways. And it's just like I was not aware of it. I was disconnected from it, but it's very much running my life. So that's the biggest thing, just seeing this shadow material and knowing that is me and going through the process of healing. It's so much healing has happened already, but there is much more to happen, and I'm very much excited about what's going to be the potential of who I will become after going through this healing journey.
This weekend has been just so full of so many different things. I'm still trying to just so much that I'm trying to pinpoint a few things. One thing for myself was just getting more into relationship with my masculine energy, the directness, and I see that pattern throughout my life, through my movements, through my words, through my voice, and I feel that getting into relationship with that will really transform my life. That was one of the big things, realizing, I think, just earlier. Andrew was talking about the real power of getting into relationship with all of the shadow material and the power that it gives us and the freedom and the I it's just so beautiful, that whole process. Another great thing that Andrew always says is, how we do one thing is how we do everything. And I, even though I've been doing this work for a year, it just sinks further deeper in of the real, like, wow, it's so, so mind boggling. It's real. It's just, I still am just mind blown by it, and don't know that I've actually felt it to the very bottom of my core, like that this is so real. So it became more real during this workshop. And I'm just so appreciative to be here and to have spent this time with all of you. I am truly grateful for all your feedback and love and support. And thank you, Andrew, for making this space and showing us what boundaries are and creating this sacred space for us. And it's just a miracle, really. So thank you.
Thank you.
I think I mentioned like Friday how I was out and about and I began to let myself be larger and be, feel empowered and how I felt like I wanted to cry with joy with this thing that was happening. And it was my first real feeling of what I've heard Elaine, Danielle say, like, thank you, Andrew. It was like that came to my mind. It's like, I got it. And then just this weekend, like I'm just such a believer now. It's like, watching you handle everything. It's just really unbelievable. And not only all these little lessons, you try to teach us all this, but just being in your presence, I can become more like you. Just the more time I do that, the more it'll be like, okay, what would Andrew say? Or just how do you behave? And like that's a pretty good goal to aspire to. And so that was really cool.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and just I feel just more confident in future meetings, speaking up more, on time and when I move to do so. And yeah, so good progress for me, I feel, and I look forward to more of this. So thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. It's my third workshop with you now, and it's I mean, just every single time there's just so much information. It's overwhelming in a way, um, but also so nourishing uh, to feel it. So thank you. Uh, there were some difficult moments in this workshop too, and you handled them amazingly. I think everyone would agree. Everyone did agree. So, and we learned a lot from it as well. And thank you to everyone here as well. Um, I learned so much from all your feedback and all of your moments that you went through. Mm, in talking about the whole weekend and everything I learned, wow, I learned a lot. Going back to the basics again of how to feel and feeling more deeply on so many levels and in so many ways. I just feel like keep learning more about that. That was very enriching. There were some interesting things that came up around establishing safety that I learned a lot from as well, especially because I have some codependency still running in my life. And having these new frame of references for safety is really helping me to have a clear idea of what I want in my life moving forward and what I don't want. So that was very enriching. Also, I learned more about anger and the effects of what happens when it gets repressed. Wow, I learned so much. I could go like just on and on. But thank you once again, Andrew. Thank you, everyone. I'm really looking forward to the next workshop. So thanks.
So much information. So much information. Way more than anything I could ever expect. Between the 2 days, the 2 day workshop, the content of my thoughts changed. And what I noticed from after the first day, the thoughts were more about possibilities. Oh, that's possible, or there's a sense of power or agency. Came up like any other thought, but it was completely had a totally different flavor to it. There's just so much more like that I'm sure will keep coming up over the next few days. Looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the next time we do this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Uh, Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you, Andrew, and fellow participants. You feel like family for this weekend. It was really wonderful getting to know you all on a deeper level. And I really appreciate you holding space for me and giving me honest, truthful feedback. It's very hard to come by in the real world, in the Muggle world. And what did I get out of this weekend? So much wisdom and knowledge, and so much I'll still have to integrate. But I've really felt like I've been able to go deeper within myself. There was a really cool exercise that we did to define words and what they mean to us, and how to feel them and let that inform us. So I thought that was really cool. It was just really awesome to get to know you guys and to just have a community like this. I'm very grateful for you all. Thank you.